From my house to yours, it's Art with Mr. Hispanic. Welcome back, my friends. We are going to challenge you today to do something called a heart collage. You may have seen something like this on the internet already. I'm basically going to read a quote from CNN.com. It says, thousands of people are practicing social distancing worldwide under stay-at-home orders to stop the spread of the coronavirus. But that's not stopping neighbors from leaving messages of hope in the windows of their homes. It also says it's unclear or when the effort started, but photos of people putting rainbows, colorful heart cutouts, teddy bears, and anything that resembles a sign of hope have been spreading all over social media. The motivation is simple and varies from neighborhood to neighborhood. Some people are participating because they want their neighbors who have been essential workers to see some joy on their way out to their homes. Others say they decorate their windows so families taking walks and getting fresh air have a nice reminder that everyone is in this together. So what I want you to do is to find, hopefully, paper. Your paper can be blank colored paper, white paper. You can color paper with crayons. You could use magazine pictures, any kind of paper. And what I'm gonna do is just make it hearts. I can make big hearts, small hearts, any kind of size heart. They do not even have to be perfect hearts. You're gonna see when I am designing and cutting out my hearts, they're not all perfect. They're not all gonna be the same size. So find all the papers you can and start decorating your windows. What I'm gonna do is show you what I'm gonna design first. I'm not just gonna cut out a bunch of hearts and hope something happens. What I'm gonna do is find a piece of paper and make a design. And I'm gonna see if I can actually make that design and post my hearts up on my front window. Let's give this a shot. All right, so I was kind of thinking more of like a rainbow theme. I just didn't want to do your typical rainbow. I kind of want to do a more of a spirally, cool looking rainbow. And you can see that I can almost guarantee when I put my hearts up on the window, it's not going to look exactly like this. This is just an idea. And you can see it's not even perfectly drawn or colored. I just kind of did a quick sketch. It's just a scribble just to show me, okay, put blue closer to the bottom, put red closer to the top. You can also see that I kind of mixed the colors in here, so it's not just red, orange, yellow. But again, you could do whatever you want. So I'm just kind of trying to show a cool blending mix. So what I need to do now is find some colors close to red, close to orange, close to yellow, close to blue, close to green, and so on. So now I'm gonna cut out my hearts. Remember, they could be big, small. Try not to make them all the same size. So this is the best part about this project. Ask your family to help you. Ask your bigger brother, your sister, because if you're gonna need a lot of hearts, you're gonna need a lot of help to get this together. It's gonna take a long time. So ask your parents to help you out. And I really cannot wait to see, in the end, when you take your pictures, to see what you came up with. I'm coming up with a cool rainbow look. You can make an animal. You can make whatever you want. So I'm gonna ask my daughter, maybe even my wife, to help me out, cut out some hearts. Let's give this a shot. Before I actually start cutting, I'm gonna show you just some ways to making your hearts. One way is to just draw your hearts, again, with a crayon, a pencil, a marker, wherever you want. There's a heart there. Maybe I wanna make a smaller heart. You can see they're not all the same. Some are pointier, some are curvy. That's one way of doing your hearts, and then you could just cut those out. Try to fill the paper. Maybe I'll make a bigger heart here. Maybe I'll make a really big heart that's the size of the paper. But this size is whole page paper. So another way that you can do is to take your paper and fold it in half. When you fold your paper in half, you will see that there's an open side and a folded side. What you can do is just draw half of the heart. It might be a little bit easier for the little ones. It might be even easier for the big ones. But what you can do is keep your paper folded and cut half the heart out. And this is where the magic comes in. When you draw half of a heart, making sure that it is drawn on the folded side, when you open it up, you'll have a nice easy heart. So that's just another way, and you probably have other ways. But here's the good part about this. When you have this heart cut out, you can actually cut around the heart you just cut out and have this really cool heart outline. So I'm gonna have a couple of those in mind. I really like the way, I never thought that's a pretty cool idea. So this was the heart that was cut out, and I just cut around it, and now I have these two different styled hearts that I never would have thought of in the beginning when I drew my design. So I'm gonna incorporate some of these along with the solid hearts. I'm gonna ask my daughter and wife to help me out. I'm gonna keep cutting out some hearts with my daughter and wife, but while we're doing that, we're gonna show you some sweet pictures of other people's really cool ideas of their heart murals that they actually have on display for their neighborhood. Come check these out. So thanks to my awesome assistants, my daughter and my wife, I have my other assistant still cutting, making some more hearts. As I'm talking to you right now, we have lots of different size hearts, lots of different style hearts, different pattern papered hearts. And remember, I had this idea. Now, just because I drew this for my idea does not mean I have to make my idea, my final idea, exactly like this. This is just an idea. I could change it, I could refine it, I could redo it, I could do whatever I want, but this was just a starting point for me. What I'm gonna do now is try to figure out a way, how am I going to attach these hearts, these paper hearts, to my front door window? My best choice would be double-sided tape. I don't have double-sided tape, but I do have this tape. It's usually called invisible tape or Scotch tape. This works pretty good. If you don't have invisible Scotch tape or double-sided tape, you could use painter's tape. Any kind of tape will do. Make sure you ask your parents though. If you don't have something that you don't think would work, send me an email. I hopefully can help you out come up with a new idea. But tape is definitely your first best choice. Let's try to take all these papers carefully to my front door and put these things together into a really cool design. Let's go. right, so we put up our original drawing idea, and you can see it's not exactly like we thought it was going to be. But I think it was pretty awesome. Kind of made it almost look like a sideways rainbow. You can see the hearts are different sizes. They're not all facing the exact same way. Some are sideways, some are the right way, I guess, with the pointy part on the very bottom. But you can see we have them turned. We got some open hearts. We got hearts in hearts, all the way down. We actually made an earth earlier before starting this assignment. So there's ours. Can't wait to see yours.